Hello, studio listeners. Just driving through a little tunnel here. I'm going into my friend Jim's house. Jimi Cox, he's a old school bass player from Glasgow, and we're in the West End in Partick. And just turn off the radio. Going to park the car here, and we're going to walk in and knock on Jimi Cox's door. Jimi Cox and I are on our way out tonight to go to the Scotia Bar, one of the oldest pubs in Glasgow, in Merchant City, and we're gonna go see our friend Al play. So just lock the car here. There we go. It's a nice night. It's been raining for the past 3 days non-stop, and there's been severe flooding all over Scotland. So could be global warming. Forget how to do this. Maybe if I chap on his window. Jimi Cox. You just knock on the back of his window, and he usually... Right, looks like we might have to call him. Alright, Jim, how you doing? Welcome to Studio 25. I'm gonna say hello to the guys in Canada.
Hi guys, how the fuck are you doing?
We're at Jimi Cox's house here. He lives in the West End of Glasgow in a house, 4-bedroom penthouse. You okay, Jim, yeah?
I'm doing good, bro.
What you up to? Here we are in the Jimi Cox studio. We've got the candles.
Aye,
and the...
you get any buckfast?
Wow, looks good in here, Jim.
Is that better?
Currently in Jim's room. It's about 40 feet by 30 feet long with underground heating.
And some crack software.
Some crack software. It's Jimi Cox's recording studio. Reporting live. You ready to rock and roll, Jim, yeah?
Don't distract me. Right,
okay, this is us signing out, and we'll get back to you later on tonight. Just like to say everything that we're doing at the beginning of the show. My name's Jack Casey. I'm a 48, almost 49-year-old man, and I'm in Montreal, Canada, and I used to live in Scotland, in Glasgow, and I had some very close music friends. It was an amazing community there. I was in lots of blues bands and jazz bands, and even jam with the guys from the Average White Band once. Doogie from Mafia in Dundee, and then I moved to Glasgow, and the first person I met was my mate Dave. So if you're watching, Dave, shout out to you. And yeah, it's a sad time right now because, well, my brother came over last week and I have not seen him in 15 years. So he was from Scotland, and that was pretty crazy. And then before that, my friend Laura came over, who was living in Scotland, and then I just found out that my friend Jimi Cox, who's about my age, he's a bass player, he passed away. So Jim was an amazing guy. He's one of the good guys, and we were very close for about 8 years. We lived next to each other, or in the same area in the West End of Glasgow, or Partick, near Auchenturley Street, you know. You can whack it. And we used to hang out a lot together. When we weren't playing in bands, we were watching our friends' bands. So welcome to Jacob Jennings on the chat wall. Welcome to Sky of the Universe, who's not feeling too well right now. I hope you get well soon. And Alfred, hello Fred. And welcome anybody watching on the replay. Yeah, my friend Jim, there's a photo of him here. And this is when we were at the Lismore having a pint with Eddie and Al Brown. If you Google Al Brown Glasgow, you'll see what I'm talking about. Amazing. You wouldn't think there was a blues scene in Glasgow, but there really is, you know, the British invasion for a reason. I think what happened a long time ago, all these blues albums came out from America in the 20s and 30s and 40s, and then all the bands over in the UK, like Jeff Beck and Led Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix, and well, he was American, but they all got hold of these albums and they did their stuff. And you know, Eric Clapton in Britain. Britain has an incredible music scene. I was gigging every day. I was doing tours of, like, in Scotland or even in Ireland, sometimes somewhere in Europe. And we would go play a blues festival, and there was, like, people lining up to see the band and stuff. It was amazing times. There's so much I could say about him. But Jim, I have a lot of recordings. Jim was kind of like me. He was a studio kind of guy, like home studio. You know, he was really into... Sorry, I've been out of it lately. I've had the busiest time in the world lately, and I can't keep my head together. There's so many things, people coming and going, and it's been crazy. So there's the above cam. Jim's was a guy. We have studios. We used to record together. We made songs for fun. We go out for a pint. And I have some amazing recordings. I'm actually going to put a link here. Don't watch it now, but there's a link in the chat of some old recordings of Jim and I. It's the first album on my, if you go to my website, bassguyshow.com, and you click on albums, it's the first album. I put it all there so you can see it. And there's some audio recordings of a song I'm going to do right now. Jim Cox did a song, covered a song by John Martin, who is an amazing guitar player. It was an amazing scene. So there's a recording of us at the Scotia Bar, one of the oldest bars in Glasgow, in United Kingdom, actually, hundreds of years old. And there's too many stories. But Jim was a sweetheart. He was a nice guy, and we actually had him on the show at Jim Cox calling in. These guys miss me from Scotland. My friend Dave, I'm sure he's going to see this later, and they called me in on June 20th, 2017. Friends call live from Glasgow, Scotland. So you can, I don't know if you can see the mouse thread. That's Jim. That's my friend Dave. He's the first person I met. I was living in Perth, which is the east of Scotland. And in 2000, I sent him an email when the internet just opened. And I said, hey, man, I'm moving to Glasgow. I moved next to him. We jammed a lot. Great guy. And there's Jim right here. So you'll hear Jim speak. So rest in peace, Jim. Love you. Today's show is to the life of Jimi Cox, my friend in Glasgow. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Tuesday, June the 20th, 2017, and this is a dress rehearsal phone call live from Glasgow, Scotland. We have Dave McDonald, my old friend, on the drums. All right, Dave. We have Jimi Cox on the bass, and we have Billy Vincent on the electric guitar. So take it away, boys. Let's do a sound check.
Right. 1, 2, 3. This may be the last time. This may be the last time. This may be the last time. This may be the last time.
Awesome. Sounds fantastic, guys.
Cool.
So, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow live online on bassguyshow.com.
Cool. Cheers, Jack.
Could you say something extra Scottish?
Chips and curry sauce.
So there you go.
Let's stay in touch and not lose that contact.
That was Jim Cox and Dave calling in. And this is, we were looking before, this is actually the area of Glasgow. I've never used Google Earth on the thing. So I'm doing all this, you know, so just off the cuff. So my brother came over. He flew from here all the way to here. And there's forest fires there. And I was born in Scotland, but then I moved to Canada and I left when I was 20. And then I went back and I lived for 17 years in Scotland, and I've been back for about 12 years or something. And yeah, we can check out. I used to live on Byers Road, so we're going to zoom in there right now. If you press it in, and you'll see the area where Jim and I lived. My mom even lived beside us in Glasgow, so it was my mom and I and Jim, and we were, you know, in Glasgow in the West End. So we'll take a look at that later. And there's one of my first videos. Sorry if I'm not reading all the stuff, but I'm just going to go ahead and do a tribute to Jim. This is the first video I ever made, and this is I think my friend's mother works here, or did, at the art gallery in Kelvin Grove. Amazing art gallery. They have Salvador Dali and stuff, and I filmed the church organ there, so we'll take a look at that. And there's so much to get through, so I'm just going to start by playing a song that I've never done before, and I'm just going to go for it. Because this is a song I know that Jim and I recorded once with a friend singing it. That's available too. So again, John Martin. There's too much to talk about. I wish I could slow down and say everything, but anyway, I think I explained enough. I'm a guy. I play bass. I'm in Montreal. My friend passed away, and this is a tribute to him. And I'm here next to the Couche-Tard in St. Anne's. And if you like the show, you know, please check out bassguyshow.com, and everything you need to know is there. So right now I'm going to go on to automatic pilot. Thank you for watching. Bass Guy loves you, no fear. Love you, Jimmy.
just couldn't love you.
sky for me. If you told me all the lies I deserve, if you laid all night in the rain for me, I just couldn't love you more. I just couldn't love you. I just couldn't love you more. And if you loved me till my eyes gave no more shine, and if you walked beside me a long way home, and if you wasted all your time on me, I just couldn't love you. I just couldn't love you more. I just couldn't love you more. I just couldn't love you more. And if you gave me all the things I never asked of you, and if you showed me all the ways to cry, and if you laid all night in the rain for me, I just couldn't love you. I just couldn't love you. I just couldn't love you more. I just couldn't love you. Hey Frankie, how you doing?
I'm doing great so far.
Give me a second to hook you up here. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have Frankie MacDonald on the line with us. Frankie, you're in Nova Scotia. Tell us how your night's going so far.
Thanks. My night's going great so far. I was working at the May Farm Mall earlier today from 9 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon in my area.
How was your shift today? Everything go smoothly?
Yes, things are great so far. I did your hair about this. I'm having a great day. And Monica's doing great. And she's so good so far. And did your hair about this. I'm having a great day so far. Hurricane Lee strikes the Category 5 hurricane was powerful near the Caribbean.
What kind of category?
Category 5.
Is that the highest category?
Yes.
Wow, that's not good news at all. What's the weather like in your area tonight, Frankie?
Right now it's hot and humid. It's humid right now. What about Montreal?
It's kind of, we had a heat wave. It was like 40 degrees for the last couple of days, and it just went away, and now it's like humid, and we might get a thunderstorm tonight. You never know.
Yes, in Phoenix, Arizona, it's going up to 45 degrees Celsius tomorrow. Home of the Gary and Dino Show, it's going up to 45 degrees Celsius tomorrow. East Side Mario's for dinner today.
Eastside Mario's. Well, someone's asking you here. Damien FG is saying, Frankie, what's your favorite pizza place?
I like them all.
You like them all. That's the best answer ever. We have Michael P. Mahone here, the can man.
I like the cameraman, Michael B. Mahone. I'm doing great so far. Michael, you do Facebook rankings.
Mike is asking, Frankie, are you a late night person or a morning person?
And then that means I sleep in the morning. I'm showing you Sydney, Nova Scotia, Charlotte Street Reconstruction.
Okay, so now we have professional filming by Frankie. He films really slowly. We have someone walking by here, going to the clubs or whatever, and they're reconstructing this street just like they reconstructed Bay Sky Street last year. And we can see a bulldozer there, and Frankie's filming the area professionally. What's that store across the street, Frankie?
That's smoothies.
Awesome. I'm so glad to see you again, Frank MacDonald. Thank you for coming. It's a good choice that you made on your own. Frank MacDonald is here. Your father's here, Frankie.
I'll say hi to my father, Frank McDonald. I'm doing great.
Let me scroll back up on some of the older comments here. So yes, hello, Frankie. Frankie Nelson says hi and be safe.
Hi, Nelson Peabody. I'm doing great so far.
Nelson Peabody's coming to visit us every week now, right?
Yeah.
What can you tell me about Nelson Peabody so I can do my research?
He plays the Andrew Peabody. He plays the character on the Compound Media.
Okay, I can't hear you too well, but maybe that's just the Skype or the phone. So here...
He plays the character on the Compound Media.
We have orange coasters, and I don't know if you know orange coasters. I have spinal damage, and I fell off a roller coaster when I was a kid. True story. Orange coaster says, Frankie, have you been on any roller coasters?
That was a long time ago. I was on a roller coaster at Upper Clements Park back in the 1990s.
I went on a roller coaster at Park Safari, and I fell off because the guy didn't lock the thing down, and I screwed up my back, and they just sent me home to go on the couch. Hashtag the 70s. Orange coasters ever been to Montreal? Yeah, we have the Monster. The Monsters. I used to go downtown on my own on the 211 when I was a little munchkin. Do you have a big amusement park in Nova Scotia, Frankie?
Upper Clements Park. I was there back in the early 1990s. It was closed down back in 2019. Now it's an abandoned amusement park now.
Frankie, have you been on any coasters? If so, what's your favorite? Asks Orange Coasters.
I was on the Ferris wheel. I was on the Gravitron. I was on the crazy bus at Show Circus. I was on the merry-go-round, things like this at circus when I was younger.
Thank you, Frankie. And we have username appropriately Liquor Camp saying, what got you into the weather, Frankie?
When I was a little boy, I wanted to grow up. I wanted to be a weatherman.
What's your favorite color? Asked Shane.
Blue and black.
Blue and black. Let's say hi to Shane, Frankie.
Hi, Shane. I'm doing great over. I saw the movie 2012.
You saw the movie what?
2012.
Frankie, do you enjoy skateboarding? Asks Damien.
I don't skateboard at all. I used to learn how to roller skate when I was young. Then I gave it up in the 1990s.
Frankie sent in a photo here of you wearing a Base Guy t-shirt, so thank you for that, Frankie. Your full body shot. That's amazing. Base Guy shirt! There's some motorcycles going outside my house, so it's loud right now. Hey, Frankie, remember when I almost got hit by lightning last month?
Yeah.
You can see that on the shorts. I do my show. It takes 35 years to learn how to do this, and I get like 12 views. I film a snowblower. I get 12,000 views. Remember to please. Okay, so Frankie, what's the weather going to be like this weekend in North America?
It's going to bring lots of rain in eastern United States. It's going to be humid in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Maine, and Massachusetts. It's going to be a lot of rain and thunderstorms in eastern United States. Phoenix is going up to 45 degrees Celsius. Home of the Gary and Dino Show.
What if Bass Guy did 1 billion shows?
They'll be master epic.
What if Frankie McDonald did 100 zillion videos?
They'll be master epic.
Hey, Frankie. What's that?
Cardboard Cuddle, Frank Dale from Gary Dino Show. It's just reached Portland, Oregon.
I'm having a hard time hearing you today, but I'm just making out. Rocky Palmer says, "Can we get a winter prediction? A lot of snow?" ?
Yes, a lot of snow in Sydney, Nova Scotia, in North America, Europe, and Asia this winter coming. And there's going to be a lot of cyclones in Southern Hemisphere summer, in spring, in Southern Hemisphere fall, in Northern Hemisphere spring. A lot of snow in the spring too. Total solar eclipse headed for Sydney, Nova Scotia on Monday, April 8, 2024.
Thank you, Frankie. So when I'm doing these shows, I'm doing all the graphics, sound, audio, everything live. We've done 1,573 shows. I've been playing for 35 years, and all of these shows are for free.
And did you hear about this? A lot of clowns and trolls around TikTok in these days. Artists, musicians, movie stars don't make enough money anymore.
Yeah, if you do things like practice, research, study, get a craft, get good at something, put a lot of work and money and time and blood and sweat and tears, you get about 3 views. But if you stick your butt in the mirror on TikTok for 7 seconds, you get 1 million views. So culture has gone backwards, down the drain.
Now Brazil's going backwards. They don't need a visa to visit Brazil for Canadians, Americans, British, Japanese, and Australians and New Zealand starting on October 1st.
Here's some backwards for you.
About how the chirpy minutes back, yes, says this on then it'll go now, fish now, by the.
There, see, we can do anything. We can play, juggle, tap dance, have Frankie do things, have guests from different countries, play the drums upside down, do different things and themes and all that. And then, you know, it's just, it doesn't go anywhere. It's just, I don't know what the hell's going on.
On the planet, people don't even make eye contact with each other anymore on Earth.
If anybody wants to know how to help the show stay on the air, please contact Sky of the Universe, who's on the chat board right now. Shane says, Frankie, does Nelson Peabody still own Dooley's and the Chill Zone?
They're pretend. They're on the compound media.
He was asking last time if you're stealing Wi-Fi from the Chill Zone.
Not true.
Not true at all. It's a joke. It's not funny. Chrissy, hello, Chrissy Messy Transit from Sky the Universe, one of Sky's friends. Hope you're well, and I hope Pat gets well. Pat's not feeling well. He's sick. What if Pat went to the doctor, Frankie?
Throw him in the garbage.
Throw him in the garbage. Put Pat in the garbage. Why would he throw Pat in the garbage?
You can't fix him.
He says, I'm sick and tired of your stories. I love Microsoft. I'm sick and tired of your stories. Throw him in the garbage. And the police come and go, Doctor, did you throw the guy in the garbage?
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
I'm just too busy.
So, Frankie, you're going clubbing tonight?
Yes. The doctor say, Doctor, turn around.
Put your hands behind your back. Come with me in the slammer.
People out in the countryside don't even make eye contact with each other anymore either, including down in the States. Even out in the rural areas, people don't even make eye contact with each other in rural areas either.
Yeah, if you look at people now and say hi, they look at you like you're like, oh my God, I'm going to get attacked. Because people don't know how to socialize anymore because of telephones. I call them, what are they called? Smartphones. They should be called dumb phones. Preston, we had Rob Preston here before. Another Preston Guthro is asking, Frankie, what's your favorite food?
Pizzas and Chinese food.
Pizzas and Chinese. Right now, my favorite food is celery and carrots, and I only drink water. And I've been doing that for 3 days. I'm on a detox right now. And I'm miserable and grumpy, and I have spinal damage. And yeah, maybe I should just stick my butt in the mirror and in front of the toilet and post it on TikTok. It'll do better than this show.
People don't even make eye contact anymore, even out in the countryside in Greece, out in the countryside in Europe too.
They don't even make eye contact.
Even out in the country in Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania, and Americas.
Pat says he's recyclable. If the doctor throws in the garbage, he's going to recycle Pat. So where are you going first?
Dooley's after Bass Guy show.
And you're gonna do you're gonna have a Pepsi and do karaoke?
Yeah. And karaoke tomorrow night, Phil Kazoo.
Phil Kazook is doing the karaoke. I remember your Phil.
The life-size cardboard cutout of Frank Downs in Oregon with the Gary and Dino show.
And it's not just about supporting me and my show. There's lots of us out there working. What about Frankie MacDonald? I'm holding in my hand right now a Frankie MacDonald action figure, but these are sold out, right, Frankie?
Yes.
I got one right here.
I want to say hi to my dad as well.
I'll sell this one for $2,000. Just leave Sky of the Universe a note. Hello to Frank MacDonald, who's Frankie MacDonald's father, is here with us. Frankie, why did Pat Dixon punch Gino?
Hey, he took drugs himself back in 2022.
So if Chrissy Messy Transit saying I'm going through the phase where I do one meal a day, well, you know what? I was doing that. My doctor said don't do that because I only have breakfast and dinner, and I was eating just what I want, so my sugar was too much. But he said you have to eat lunch, so even if they're small meals, and stay away.
In 2022, Pat Dixon got fired for compound media. I like to introduce the guy. I'm on Bass Guy Show every Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Atlantic. Say hi, Jack Casey, aka Bass Guy Show. I do the weather for Bass Guy Show, and Jack Casey, he's the guy who runs the Bass Guy Show, aka Bass Guy Show. He's the guy that plays the bass guitar. He plays music on every Friday nights on his YouTube channel, Bass Guy Show. If you want to go to Bass Guy Show's website, www.bassguyshow.com. Bass Guy Show is a really nice guy. I'm on Bass Guy Show every Friday. I'd say hi, Bass Guy Show.
Hey, Bass Guy Show.
I'm doing great so far.
So you see, we're doing all this kind of stuff live, talking to Frankie, all the transitions. I'd like to thank Julie for making this show possible. And before I forget, Frankie, because things go by so quickly sometimes, thank you to all the Patreon members. We have 8 Patreon members who actually make the show possible. So thank you very, very much. The Weather Guy, Van Goat, Loop Wizard, Sky the Universe, Upper Guy, Mum, Luke in the UK, and Sensible Sam. Thank you for helping. Frankie, we're going to round up things soon because I got to go because my spinal damage is hurting today. But did you have a good time, and is there anything you want to say to your fans?
Hey everyone, best of luck to you. I'm Frankie Down. You're listening to Bass Guy Show.
Frankie MacDonald.
Okay, stop everything.
Show and tell is what we're gonna do. It might be old to him, but new to you. And it doesn't even matter if you've seen it before. Bass Guy, show and tell. Show and tell.
And we're going to take a look at where Bass Guy used to live. So we'll just go right here. I've not been here in years, but this is the street I used to live in, a few different apartments, and there was a bar called Studio One, and now I know exactly where I am. So Byers Road is like the student area, and I lived right across from Hillhead Metro, which is actually called the Underground. So there's the subway. Wow, they've got a new sign. So you see Greg's, so there's the Metro. All the students will go in and out there. The university was down the road. And this building right here was where Studio One was, and that's where I learned to play blues. Every Sunday, and there was a jazz gig around the corner as well. I would go there and play blues, and there were so many amazing musicians, and they taught me things, and I did gigging in Ireland and stuff like that. And I lived right here at Greg's apartment, so I need to go back a bit. There we go. I lived right in this window. That was our living room window. My roommate's bedroom. I was on the other side, and when I first got my spinal damage, I was in this apartment. Okay, I was in this apartment on Byers Road. Just if anybody wants to see the address there, it's 263B808 Glasgow, Scotland, on Byers Road. And I was in that room when I woke up in the middle of the night, and I fainted trying to walk to the washroom in my own sweat, and I've had spinal damage ever since. And we would gig there, and in there, there's curlers. We called it Brunlers. Seamus and I used to go there and drink, and you could go on a pub crawl with your friends. There was always something to do. It was just an amazing time. I really miss living in Glasgow City. They have one of the oldest, I think the second or third oldest underground in the world. And as you go down the street, it gets a little bit more boring, but there's a chippy, there's fish and chips, and then you're entering Partick, which is where my friend Dave, and my friend, I'm not going to say where, but my friend Jim lived around here, okay? He lived down at the bottom of the street here. And all these apartments are new. It's disgusting, gentrification. Anyway, it's sad. And I've never done this before. I've never Google Earthed. So this is fun, eh, Patrick? So then we go into, I don't know if I'm in the right place, we go down to Partick. And I used to live down here as well. And Jim lived here, my mate Dave. And I used to jam here and walk here, and you could jump in and take the metro. There's a lake, the Clyde River, that divides the city in two. You got all the football on one side and the university and stuff on the other side. So yeah, Jim lived just down here somewhere, a few blocks away. And I've walked up. It's trash day in Glasgow. They got the Glasgow City Council. You got to pay for your water, your garbage, and all that. And I'm going all over the place. So while I'm on this note, what I want to show you is I know I can find this video. I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to do this raw. So just give me a second here. And I'm going to find a video of me and my friend Dave. Dave's playing drums, and I'm playing bass, and I weighed about 80 pounds. Glasgow Blues. If you put Glasgow Blues, Al Brown, Gary Miller, some of my friends, and everybody knew Jim. Everybody knew each other. Everyone took care of each other. So here's me playing bass with my friend Dave on drums. Al Brown on guitar, myself on bass, and Dave on drums. And Dave and I have reconnected since the passing of Jim. Sorry I'm so open with everything, it's just the way I am. Al's an amazing guitar player. I miss Glasgow. Get a single gig in my own home here.
Sometimes I wonder will a matchbox hold my clothes? You know, sometimes I wonder
Gary Miller on vocals, Dave McDonald on drums.
Sometimes a little woman trying to crazy. Get there, and I gotta shut down the road. Somebody have a mercy. Tell me what's wrong with me.
Father Tom and Adam.
I don't know how I stand. Things just won't do to me.
About how the chirpy Pollyanna enablers do so much damage to the people affected by the narcissist and get away with it, and in fact are even applauded for it because they're so eternally cheerful and on their chronic quest for love and light, even if it means invalidating or denying the experience of someone who's been mistreated. At this point in my life, if people want to call me a cold-hearted bitch, get in line. I'm fine with it, because let me tell you this, it beats the alternative. Pollyanna enablers are the patron saints of second, third, fifth, and Shiro chances. And they're definitely the patron saints of the benefit of the doubt. They pull out all the cheerful rationalizations. Oh, come on now, they don't mean it. I like to see the good in others. I've seen some good there. Let's give it a chance. You never know, do you? Miracles can be found everywhere. And as you go on this grail quest for a miracle, your mental health is eroding, your sense of reality is fading, and you find it difficult to trust your basic instincts in basic situations. We waste so damn much time trying to find the good in the narcissists, psychopaths, and abusers of all kinds. About how the chirpy Pollyanna enablers do so much damage.
Is false, because to them, there's no possibility it's false. The narcissist will use their superiority as a way to belittle people so that they can make themselves feel better. The narcissist can be mean and arrogant due to their lack of empathy and inability to understand and take the perspective of someone else.
A set of emotion and thought. First, in their way of thinking, once you give the reaction to them and you don't respond well, then they're thinking, well, this proves exactly how crazy you are. This proves exactly how impossible you are. And so they can have the emotion of glee. It's like, oh, this is definitely going to work to my advantage. They can have a sense of gloating over you. You have no moral high ground over me, and if anybody thinks that you're that wonderful person that you purport to be, I've got some news for them. And in the end, they feel like they have an upper hand now over you. They can ridicule you. They'll tell you you're such a loser. You think that I'm the problem, but look at you. You're the problem. You're a phony. You're a poser. You're unstable.
There's our superstructure right there. Beautiful blue. It's going to be very hard to get bored of this ram, I'm going to tell you. It's beautiful. And of course, the amazing part of it all is being able to film through the front and back windshields.
If you kiss the sun right out of the sky for me, if you told me all the lies I deserve, if you laid all night in the rain for me, just couldn't love you more. I just couldn't love you more. And if you love me till you deserve. If you laid all night in the rain for me, I just couldn't love you. I just couldn't love you. I just couldn't love you more. Couldn't love you more. And if you love me till my eyes got no more shine, if you walk beside me the long way home, and if you wasted all your time on me, I just couldn't love you more. I just couldn't love you more. I just couldn't love you more. Couldn't love you. And if you gave me all the things I never asked you, if you showed me all the ways to cry, if you laid all night in the rain for me, I just couldn't love you more. I just couldn't love you more. I just couldn't love you more. I just couldn't love you.
If you showed me every way you have to cry, if you laid all night in the rain for me, well, I could love you more. I just could love you more. Well, I could love you more. I just couldn't love you more.
Today is Tuesday, June the 20th, 2017, and this is a dress rehearsal phone call live from Glasgow, Scotland. We have Dave McDonald, my old friend, on the drums. All right, Dave. We have Jimi Cox on the bass, and we have Billy Vincent on the electric guitar. So take it away, boys. Let's do a sound check.
Right. 1, 2, 3. This may be the last time. 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 I don't know.
Awesome. Sounds fantastic, guys.
Cool.
So, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow live online on bassguyshow.com.
Cool. Cheers, Jack.
Could you say something extra Scottish?
Chips and curry sauce.
So thank you for watching my little show today. My name is Bass Guy. This has been episode 1574 of a Bass Guy show. We're recording live right now. It's 10 o'clock here in Montreal, New York. It's 3 a.m. in London, and 11 a.m. people in Tokyo are having their Saturday morning breakfast. Thank you for tuning in. I've got other stuff I wanted to show, but too much stuff today, so we're going to go now. Thank you for letting me do my thing. Every time something happens or there's news or whatever, I always use the show to express how I feel about it. The only reason I'm doing this is to have fun, have a good time, and to share music and put my whole life into something that I'm doing for free without any, independent artist, no social media at all, no viewers at all. Thank you for watching a Bass Guy show. If you'd like to help the show, there's different ways you can. Everything's available on bassguyshow.com. You can help out there. Please don't forget to remember to subscribe, thumbs up, and all that stuff. And bassguyshow.com, and all your streams will come true. I've really been burning the candle at both ends. I've been editing 10 years worth of my shows in 1 year. I'm on month 9.5, almost month 10 now, October. Every day I've been reproducing and editing, and it takes 10 hours a day. I've been doing it for 300 days solid, and I'm going out my brain because I don't have time to do other things like this, but I still show up and do it. Anyway, this is for you, Jimmy. Love you. Thank you for all the good times we had. Chips and curry.